to express his thought?
Yes, sir. Hello, can you hear my voice?
Yeah, please convey your speech, sir.
Okay. So much for the chance. Now I would like to present my paper about rebooting educational landscapes through personalized learning experience in disruption era. With me, Fadil Irham Muzaki. Now I would like to talk about the overview. Now, the first one, the steady hum of assembly line has fed a distant memory. The technological advancement and globalization are constantly reshaping the landscape of work, demanding a workforce equipped with adaptable skills and lifelong learning. This disruption era necessitates a fundamental shift in education. One that moves away is one size fits all model and embrace the power of personalized learning.
Now,
The sketch of metal is kind of symphony of countless factory. Jobs are disappearing faster than the new ones are created. And the skills that one can disability quickly becoming obsolete. In this ever-evolving environment, the traditional one-size-fits-all education system is failing to equip students with adaptability, critical thinking, and lifelong learning skills necessary to thrive. Personalized learning, however, emerged as a powerful attitude, offering a student-centric approach that fosters flexibility and empowers students individuals to navigate the uncertainties in the future. So, what is personalized learning experience? Personalized learning experience are educational approach tailored to the individual needs, preferences, and learning style of each student. Rather than employing one fits all approach, personalized learning aims to customize the learning process to better engage students and help them achieve their full potential. So the criteria, individualized instruction, flexible learning paths, choice and voices, technological integration, and data-driven decision making. So it clearly has an algorithm. So, what's the difference between personalized learning and one fit size for all education? The rigidity of the traditional education system built for the industrial age. And second one, standardized curricula often fail to spec curiosity and address the individual strengths. This inflexibility creates a disconnect between education and real-world application, leaving graduates unprepared for ever evolving job market. Imagine a young student, a high school student, with a passion a struck of art but struggling a math and test. Why we don't ask him or her to make art with the math computational rather than force him or her to do math. Okay, so basically we apply math into their arts. So the personal learning, in contrast, is recognize his or her individuality. Through assessment and data analysis, educators can identify his or her artistic aptitudes and design a learning experience that integrate math concept with creative projects. A young student could use math to design a scale blueprint for a sculpture or calculate a color ratios for a digital art project. This approach not only reinforces math concept but also nurtures their creative spark, equipping her with a unique skill set that can be valuable in diverse fields from design to animation. So we could see that technology serves a potent catalyst for personalized learning. Adaptive learning platform, for example, can deliver content tailored for a student's space and understanding. Imagine a young student who gets geometry concept quickly but struggle with biology. An adaptive platform can adjust the difficulty to build learning path with providing additional practice on geometry topic. This tailored approach ensures him or her challenge without feeling overwhelmed, maximizing his learning potential. So why personal learning experience? Personalized learning empowers educators to shift their roles from provider information to facilitators involved learning. By understanding each student learning style and goal, educators can create unique learning experience. This might involve project-based learning that allows students to work collaboratively on projects that address real-world issues. Imagine a group of interest environment sustainability working with science teachers to research a renewable energy solution. To this project, students can only learn about physics or chemistry, but also develop critical thinking, problem solving, and teamwork skills. Okay, so the benefit is extend far beyond intermediate career readiness, fostering sense of ownership over their learning. Students become self-directed learners. Also, students who thrive in an environment of self-paced learning can explore online courses and independent research projects. This adaptability will be crucial in the disruption era. So the second one is the evolution of information discovery. Into the digital age, the landscape of information has been gone. So the students nowadays, especially in high school and university, prefer to find information on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and other social media, Twitter, rather than they are browsing on Google, Yandex, Bing, and DuckDuckGo. That was in the past. Now they prefer to see in social media rather than in search engine and or the official websites. The key factors: social media is highly visual, facilitates social interaction, and employs a specific algorithm to personalize their content. Social media are designed to be user-friendly and intuitive, require minimal effort to browse and discover content. So in social media also wide entertainment option. Social media thrive on the principle of FOMO, fear of missing out. Now, the behavior of friend intelligence and peer can significantly influence young people's choices and preferences. While such engine indispensable tool for access information, particularly academic or research purposes. While on the other hand, if we want to see a short information, just click on Gemini Google, or we could click on ChatGPT and other AI. So, basically, the behavior influence and play a significant roles, but constantly often mimic action and interest. User-friend influence active particular social platform. This peer influence creates a sense of social validation and belonging for that reinforcement users. So we see the other phenomenon are nowadays youngsters prefer to app downloads rather than over web browser. Why? Because since I asked them the convenience, sir, I don't want to type HTML address like you. It is kind of I'm feeling bored and afraid I type a wrong address and so on. So different with my generation that we often write on the web address. They prefer not to type. They are so confused and they prefer the functionality also. So basically we don't have to type and prefer. The exact point of website. The other one is just experience, so they are not confused with the design, while mostly in HTML5 they are feel bored. The personalization also, they could prefer the apps that they need, the content that they need, not other content. And the trust for influence. which is a personalized learning experience in real life. So basically, they are often characterized by rapid technologies and bring curiosity and diverse learning styles. And personal learning emerge as a reference force in the landscape, offer a dynamic and student-centric approach. The traditional curriculum system built on the Industrial Revolution principle of the standardization and uniformity. Standard curricula can shift creativity and engagement. Sitting through traditional reading lesson that can be a tedious task for him or her. Personalized learning encounters recognize him or her strengths by incorporating learning games and activity that involve storytelling. Educators can transform reading into a stimulating experience. Him or her can create her own interactive stories using tablet, addition effect, and illustration. It is based on ICT. Imagine a young student, a second graders or university maybe struggle with math drills or statistics drills. Adaptive learning app can present a young student with math problems. These apps also offer interactive lesson and visual aid, transforming complex concept into engaging experience. For him or her, it assembling a virtual pizza with various topping options, with allowing him to create the concept of fraction is in a fun and intuitive way. The technology is a bridge between traditional pedagogy and personalized learning. So in natural science, for example, students are able to involve project-based learning that creates dinosaurs, for example. So they create dinosaurs and set them project-based. So there are two different. The first one is history, archaeology, and anthropology, and the one is on natural science. That is, we call it as blend transdisciplinary learning. The benefit also far beyond achievement. Students become self-directed and intellectually motivated, fostering communication presence skill, and the other student who enjoy learning through play-based activity develop a positive association with math, making him more receptive in challenge. Intrinsic motivation creates lifelong love of learning. So in conclusion, this disruption era demands a new educational paradigm by dismantling one size fits all model and embracing personal learning. We can cultivate a generation of young learners who are adaptable, curious, and equipped with skills that need to thrive a rapidly changing world. Personalized learning is not just about academic achievement, it's about nurturing a love for learning and fostering creativity. Okay, this is the references. I think that's all for me. Thank you so much for the chance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Prophet.
Yeah, thank you.
Social Science and Management Welfare Association.
Yeah, thank you very much, Feril Elam, for your such a nice presentation, which was related to the education and development of the technology for the help of and to promote the education. Thank you very much. As we are the witness here for the 2 days international conference on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar thoughts on education, social justice and empowerment. So today is second day, and second day technical session is going to be over. Thank you to all